Hey tribe, how are you? I seem to be having the same weird dripping effect when I go live. So I do hope that you're getting the message. I've received messages from some of you to affirm that. And some of you have messaged me from on email and various things just relating some info. I will always encourage you to share on the tribe page or to comment on these videos so that you guys can all share amongst one another. So there's some really intense gateways, portals, whatever you want to use it as. It's really just us collectively changing and us collectively permissioning ourselves to move through these I guess you could say these potent belts of manifestation energy. And by that, again, I just mean that there's enough minds grouping up together or permissioning one another to be that which they desire to see. You know, it's us permissioning each other to be the example we desire to be the just the person we desire to be in the world, right? Like you guys permission me to be an author, to be a teacher of this emotional field, right? Because somehow we all intuitively resonate with this sort of shift of seeing insanity and desiring to see something different, and so we become that difference, right? And I guess today, because there's so much intensity for people, and I don't want to clump all of us in there because I have not spoken to all of you about it. So some of you I get that actually you've got some space, and or actually you're feeling really good, and like you know you're moving on projects or you're moving on things, and it's just the fact that from one day to the next, as we all know, we might feel lots of different things. So we might kind of also, when I go into that, as far as feelings, what I get as well is new feelings. So okay, so we might be observing residue. I've been using this word a fair bit. Residue is like not like hardcore us anymore, but like the memory of a suffering pattern, and even like the physical memory of it. So we remember feeling this way, and remember, and like it is a little bit of a weird thing because it's not the truth, but you can feel it again, and you're like, oh no, this thing's not coming back, is it? But then you're like, no, I'm looking at it and I see it. And it really, this is, as we approach this full moon lunar eclipse next Friday, July 27th, it is like, even all the astrologers are saying that this is like a cutting off of long held karma. And I believe one of the reports that I watched was like a cycle of 120 years. So there is a hugely significant sense of arriving. This is just like my own personal like soul's journey, but I personally intuitively feel like every lifetime I've never gotten to this point, and yet every single lifetime there was an intention to arrive at this place, right? This sort of time space continuum. And so if you imagine we repeat, and it's all kind of familiar, and like, oh yeah, 3D reality, oh, this is how it is, then like expansion. Or say there's 3 lifetimes or 6 lifetimes or something like that. Every single lifetime up until this one, we died, or we were persecuted, or right, something happened that ended that life cycle. And so now we're really truly birthing a new cycle on a new karmic level, which you could say is just on a more expansive frequency, higher frequency, whatever. Now I digress, but I don't really talking about all this. This is like the weirdness or the paradox of all of the intellectualism of it, or the thought of it, which we do know, surrender, knowing none of this is that important or special or anything. We're just people, right? But the weird paradox is that our true flow state is rest and relaxation. And I noticed that recently, even excitement. Now, we all like a little excitement for sure, but dare I say, we wouldn't want to hang out there anymore. We wouldn't want to perpetually just be like, ah, oh, it's exciting. Oh my God. Oh. We wouldn't want to be there, nor would we necessarily want to be in hysterical laughter all the time, or nor would we want to be in uh, yeah, at this point, I would just say on a collective level, nor would we all want to be blissing out all the time, or feeling like we're on ecstasy all the time, again, naturally, right? Like feeling all blissed out and ecstatic, simply because it might not be where we are in our lives. As in, it might, if we have an office job, it might not be efficient for us to do that job properly if we're just like blissing out. You hear what I'm saying? So it's like, that's hence our ability to embrace the totality of who we are, with all the junk and all the awesome and all the good and the bad, but continue to yoke and practice and feel, hence Shavasana, our corpse pose in our yoga practices. But they're really yoking that sense of inner peace, that sense of inner calm, that sense of relaxation. So whether we're driving or talking or that becomes more of the dominant center point. And so every other energetic feedbacking off of that center point becomes the way in which you're able to be like, oh wait a minute, is that really calm? Do I really am I really resonating with that or not? And then harmonizing it from within, from that divine spark place, right? From that center point place. So anything that is like, or, right? So, and it's obvious, you guys, because we go over it. So the residue stuff I talk about was that we go over the memory, or we go over the story, or we go over whatever it is, and then it brings up the energetic residue. And then we can look at the residue and be like, no, I don't want to buy into that anymore. I love my new life. I love what I'm intending to create in my life. I love the freedom I feel in my body and in my life. I love all of the people that surround me and teach me and share with me. And that's a big part of this abundance flow, this sense of just giving of self, is that the giving of self is just us learning how to receive the abundance of our own love. And we're not, because we're so radically taught to deny that love and to disconnect from it and to perpetuate the fear, that it just takes some reworking of ourself, of our thoughts, of our sense of relating to ourselves and one another, to tweak it to the point that you absolutely know who you are and you know that you're in the flow, because it is undeniable. Like, there's just moments when I'm driving or when I'm moving through life and I literally feel like I'm carried by love. Like, there's like literally like wind beneath my wings, you guys, without making it super cheese balls. But that support, that energetic love is so there. It's just undeniable. So anywho, you guys, I hope that was useful to you. The point of this being that when things get intense, it can seem like a radically opposite thing that your mind or even your default pattern wants to do. But relax, go over stuff, reflect, creative expression, make some art, do some dance. Those of you who are into your yoga, make some yoga videos, or those of you in romantic relationships, do some lovely romantic stuff with your partners, or plan something fun just for you, or even for you and your partner or your family. Like, it's time for us to really step into the new, to step into who we are and who we've been practicing being and who we've been intending to become and what we've been intending to create. There's absolutely an acceleration to the point like our dream manifestations are coming into reality, and like anything we're putting out there is just kind of looping back into our reality really quite quickly. So um be in touch, you guys, if you want to have a sesh. um Love you loads. I hope that was useful to you. I hope that you're like just luxuriate the relaxation vibes. Just really permission yourself to get gooey with your own self-love. Make love to yourself. Just make love to yourself and get really relaxed, because the relaxed state of being is like the flow state, is the infinite creative spark, is the kind of boom, just unconditional love. That's something I feel into more and more, is like people reflect back to me authenticity, certain comments or things over the last few months. And what I pick up on is that this authenticity is just the relaxed state. And then anything that isn't this relaxed state is like, who's that? Or who am I trying to press? Or what am I trying to get? Or right? So it's like, when I feel that I'm not quite in that relaxed state, there's an energy stream that slightly distorted from total creatorship and default patterning, right? Default patterning of people pleasing, seeking something, whether money, whether love, whether whatever, right? It's a beautiful morning. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. I look forward to speaking to you really, really soon. Take care, you guys. Don't forget to share your insights. Don't forget to make a comment if you want to. Always kind of rehash them and bring them back. And nice to see Tim again. Thank you for your comment, and I look forward to hearing your sharing what you've been up to, my friend. Take care, you guys. Bye.